Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going into the part 3 video concerning my Pensionado Visa process. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, please do that before proceeding with part 3. Now, in the previous video, part 2, I covered getting your FBI report and income verification letter apostilled and authenticated. I also talked about mailing those documents down to the immigration attorney here in Panama. Now, once she has given you the okay, then you need to start planning for your visit here to Panama City. So in this video, I'll talk about the 2 stages of the residency process. I'll talk about planning your visit to Panama City. I'll also recommend places to stay in Panama City and meeting with your attorney for the first time and what to expect. I'll also talk about attorney fees. And lastly, I'll talk about what to expect when you go down to the immigration office. Now let's first talk about the 2 stages of the residency process. This is very important to understand for those of you who are doing this for the very first time. The 2 stages consist of being issued a temporary residency card or Pensionado Visa card, and the second part is being issued a permanent residency or Pensionado ID card. Now, within the temporary stage, all of your paperwork will have been submitted to the immigration office by your immigration attorney, and an appointment will be scheduled for you by your immigration attorney to go down to the immigration office to pick up your temporary Pensionado ID card. Do not worry, you will not be alone. Her assistant will meet you there and guide you through the entire process. Now, after you have received your temporary Pensionado residency card, you will be expected to pay that first stage of the attorney fees. In my case, it was $1,100. Keep in mind now, your immigration attorney has done a whole lot of work for you. She will have organized your documents. She will have had them translated into Spanish, and she will have submitted those documents down to the immigration office and set an appointment for you. And you can pay via cash or credit card. Upon being issued your temporary Pensionado ID card, anywhere between 3 to 4 months, you should be notified by your immigration attorney that your permanent Pensionado Visa is ready to be picked up. Once you have received that, then you'll also be billed to pay the remaining balance for that. And in my case, it was actually less than $900. Now I'll talk more about that later on in this video. So please understand that there are 2 stages of the immigration process, because this ties into you coming down to Panama for your visit. Now here's something else that I highly recommend. Give yourself plenty of time during this entire process. Don't wait until the last minute to contact an immigration attorney. Hire the services of an immigration attorney. I would recommend 3 to 5 months prior to you coming down to Panama. Give yourself plenty of time so you're not running around while you're in the United States or wherever you are living, gathering up all your documents. You want to be relaxed, calm, and organized, and by giving yourself that 3 to 5 month buffer, you're not going to feel rushed. Hope you understand what I'm talking about here. And keep in mind that you are not the attorney's only client, so they need to fit you into their schedule or docket. And be patient. Now next, let's talk about planning your visit to Panama. Your immigration attorney is based here in Panama City. The immigration office is also based here in Panama City. Logically then, when you visit Panama City, you want to lodge here in Panama City. I recommend booking an Airbnb during your stay here. How long you stay here is up to you. But keep in mind, you are applying for the residency visa, that initial stage. So you want to be in country for a minimum of 7 business days. That's my recommendation. So you want to book an Airbnb for a minimum of at least, I recommend 14 days. Now, I stayed for 14 days because I had to go back to the United States. You might not want to do that. You might want to come down and remain here for the entire process, that is getting your temporary ID card and your permanent. Now, you can only stay in country as a tourist up to 180 days. Not 6 months, 180 days. But within that time frame, you should be issued your permanent Pensionado Visa ID. So when you book your Airbnb here in Panama, and I recommend Panama City, you have receipts for that, and on that receipt, or whatever paperwork that you have, will have the address of that Airbnb. Do not stay in a hotel during the Pensionado application process. Book an Airbnb. I stayed at the Sands Apartments and Mall. It's right off Avenue de Balboa, and it was very comfortable. It was a 1-bedroom, fully furnished with a full kitchen, washer and dryer, 2 bathrooms, and a very nice view of the Bay of Panama. Now, where you stay is up to you. I'm simply sharing with you where I stayed, and it worked out perfectly for me. And I'll leave a link in the description to where you can book Airbnbs here in Panama City. You want to keep in close contact with your attorney, usually via email, letting her know when you plan to visit Panama. Why? Because once she knows when you're in country, she can then schedule an appointment for the two of you to meet, and she can also schedule an appointment at the immigration office. So let her know before you even leave the United States that you're leaving and that you plan on being in the country from here to here. Understand that the visa application process begins after you arrive in country. Even when you're issued the temporary visa residency card, you are still in the temporary stage until the permanent residency card is officially issued. Please keep that in mind. If you're coming down to Panama to apply for your Pensionado Visa, and then once you receive your temporary residency card and you plan on leaving Panama, make sure that you have a round-trip ticket, a return ticket, or an onward ticket to some other destination. In my case, I came down to Panama to apply for the Pensionado Visa. I was issued the temporary Pensionado Visa ID card, and after my 14 days that I plan to stay here, I returned back to the United States. So when I came down initially, I had a return ticket. Now, if you're coming down to Panama and you want to remain here for the entire process, that is being issued your temporary Pensionado Visa ID and the permanent, you still want to purchase a return ticket or an onward ticket to some other destination, even if you don't plan to use it. The immigration officials may deny entry if you cannot prove your intent to leave the country within the 180-day tourist limit. Now, once you are issued the permanent Pensionado Residency card, the requirement for the return ticket is lifted. I hope that is clear. Now, let's next talk about meeting with your attorney. When your attorney knows that you are in country, because you told her when you'll be in country, she will schedule an appointment for the two of you to meet. During that meeting, she'll go over all the paperwork with you and double check everything for accuracy. She will also have had all the documentation translated into Spanish. You will sign documents. You will give your attorney power of attorney to represent you during the application process. The attorney will have to hold your passport during the application process. In my case, she held it for about 7 days. So make sure you make copies of your passport. You could even use your iPhone or whatever phone you have and take a photograph of your passport. Not the outside cover of it, but what's inside of it. Now, when I arrived at my immigration attorney's office, she already had made copies. She's that thoughtful. She had made copies for me. So I didn't have to, but I already had copies of everything. So I had triplicates of my passport, copies of it, that is. That initial appointment with your attorney, it won't last long. I was in there for about maybe 30 to 45 minutes and then out. And then you have the rest of the time here in Panama to enjoy Panama, enjoy the city or other areas within Panama. It was about 5 days after that initial appointment that my immigration attorney contacted me to let me know that she has scheduled an appointment for me at the immigration office. So let's next talk about what to expect once you go to that appointment at the immigration office. If I recall, my appointment time was at 10 a.m. I got there at 9 a.m. because traffic here in Panama City is unpredictable. You just never know, and especially if it's raining heavily, the roads can get quite congested because of some flooding in certain areas that may slow down your arrival. So make sure that you get to the immigration office. I recommend an hour early, and I also recommend using an Uber. They're very easy here in Panama, and I would say relatively cheap. Once you arrive at the immigration office, the attorney's assistant will meet you there. Now, what I did was I stood outside. I should also mention too that when you have that initial visit at your attorney's office, you will meet her assistant or assistants, so you recognize their faces. So when I arrived at the immigration office, I stood outside and I saw her coming at a distance. She recognized me, and together we walked into the immigration office. Simply follow her. She knows exactly where she's going and what she's doing. Depending on the day, the immigration office can be crowded or very crowded. Now, when I went in to pick up my temporary residency card, it was not very crowded, but it was crowded once you got inside. That was not the case with the permanent Pensionado Visa. It was very crowded. You want to dress appropriately. Panamanian governmental offices enforce a dress code. No shorts, no miniskirts, no sleeveless shirts or flip-flops. Men should wear button-down shirts, slacks, and dress shoes. Women should wear modest attire with skirts below the knee and covered shoulders. Else, you'll be turned away. So expect to spend anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, it could be more, depending on how crowded it is, at the immigration office. When I went down to pick up my temporary residency card, I was in and out in less than an hour. When I went down later on, several months later, to pick up my permanent residency card, I would say an hour, 15, 20 minutes, in and out. I should also mention that during that initial visit with your attorney, you will probably be asked to get a health certificate. Very easy to do. There's a clinic near the attorney's office, within walking distance, I'll say 4 or 5 minutes. You go in, I'll tell them what you want, they will know, and you will go out back and they'll have you pee in a cup. You come back several hours and you'll be issued a health certificate. So be prepared to do a little bit of work. It's not a whole lot. It's time well spent, and see to it that your attorney gets that health certificate. And the fee for that is $30. Next, let's talk about attorney fees and when you are expected to pay them. On my initial visit, that is appointment with my attorney, I wasn't asked to pay anything because I wasn't issued anything yet. And once I received my temporary Pensionado residency card, I was billed $1,100 for that. Now keep in mind that my attorney did a whole lot of work for me while I was in the United States. She had all those documents translated into Spanish. She set the appointment at the immigration office. Someone had to carry those documents down to the immigration office and get them into the system. and you can pay via cash or credit card. Now later on, when I was issued my permanent Pensionado Visa, there was a remaining balance because that's also work that she had to perform. And that was less than $900. So in total, I paid my attorney less than $1,900 to receive my permanent residency card. Money well spent. Now, here's something else that you want to consider. After, and only after you receive your permanent Pensionado residency card, you want to consider getting your E-Cedula. What is an E-Cedula? The E-Cedula is a national ID card, which is essential for Panamanians and residents, and it provides access to various services such as getting a bank account, conducting everyday business and transactions without you having to carry around your passport everywhere. It is a very convenient card to get, and the cost is only $100. So when you sit down with your attorney, in fact, while you're in the United States, ask your attorney to include that or fold that into her services, getting you the E-Cedula, and she'll set that appointment for you as well. So a lot of information was covered in these 3 videos, and I'm pretty sure I've missed something. However, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section of this video, and if you have not already, please like and subscribe. And one last thing, with the Pensionado Visa application process, I'm giving you recommendations and I'm sharing with you my experience. I'm not giving you any legal advice. Your best friend during this entire process is your immigration attorney. Follow her lead. Okay, so that concludes this series with the Pensionado Visa process. This is Ron from Ron's World. Thank you for watching.